The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as one of the most colossal matchups of the year has been confirmed. Terence "Bud" Crawford vs. Saul Canelo Alvarez, slated for September 2025 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. This clash of titans promises to be a spectacle of unparalleled magnitude, pitting two undisputed champions against each other in a fight that could redefine their legacies. But just when fans thought the build-up couldn't get any more intense, Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated legend, stepped into the fray with a stark warning that might just shift the entire narrative of this showdown. For months, the boxing community has been swirling with speculation, drama, and chaos surrounding this potential superfight. Turki Alalshikh, a prominent figure in Saudi Arabia's boxing scene, finally put the rumors to rest, confirming that Canelo and Crawford are set to collide in September. Allegiant Stadium, with its massive capacity and electric atmosphere, seems tailor-made for a bout of this caliber. However, if anyone expected this to be a gentlemanly affair marked by mutual respect, they were in for a rude awakening. The tension between these two warriors erupted into a full-blown inferno at a Saudi airport, setting the stage for an explosive rivalry. The drama unfolded when Canelo and Crawford arrived in Saudi Arabia to meet with Alalshikh and finalize the fight details. What should have been a routine business trip turned chaotic before they even reached his residence. Crawford, expecting a cordial greeting, perhaps a handshake, and some light-hearted banter, was blindsided when Canelo completely ignored him. Reports indicate that Canelo walked right past Bud as if he didn't exist, a move that stunned onlookers and ignited a fire in Crawford's eyes. Known for his pride and ferocity, Crawford isn't one to let disrespect slide. He immediately confronted Canelo, closing the distance between them, ready to address the snub head-on. But instead of de-escalating, Canelo doubled down. Witnesses say he got in Crawford's face, fists clenched, looking like he was seconds away from turning the airport into a brawl zone. The tension was palpable, two alpha fighters, each unwilling to back down, teetering on the edge of violence. Their teams and security scrambled to intervene, pulling the champions apart before fists could fly. What was meant to be a professional meeting had morphed into a near melee, and the boxing world took notice. This wasn't just a promotional stunt. It was raw, unfiltered animosity. Enter Floyd Mayweather, a figure whose involvement adds yet another layer of intrigue. Mayweather, who boasts a perfect 50-0 record, has been closely aligned with Crawford ever since talks of this fight surfaced. Word on the street is that Floyd has been in Bud's corner, offering advice and helping him sharpen his skills for the daunting task ahead. After the airport incident exploded across headlines, Mayweather didn't mince words. He took to social media with a clear message. Crawford needs to take Canelo more seriously than any opponent he's ever faced. Coming from the only man to officially defeat Canelo in the ring, that's no small statement. Mayweather's warning carries weight because he's been there. In 2013, he handed a young Canelo his lone professional loss, outclassing him over 12 rounds with a masterclass in defensive boxing and ring IQ. Floyd knows what it takes to unravel Canelo's game plan, and he's sounding the alarm for Crawford. Terence is a great fighter, Mayweather said, but you don't just move up 2 weight classes and fight Canelo unless you know exactly what you're doing. This sport is about smart moves, not just big ones. It's a wake-up call, Floyd's way of telling Bud that this isn't just another fight. It's a legacy-defining war where one mistake could spell disaster. The stakes are sky high, and the numbers tell part of the story. Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion at 147 pounds, is stepping up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo at super middleweight, 168 pounds. That's a 21-pound jump, a leap that has analysts and fans questioning whether Bud can handle Canelo's power. Crawford's last fight was at 154 pounds, where he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. to claim undisputed status in a second division. But 168 is uncharted territory, and Canelo's devastating punches could be a brutal reality check. Canelo, for his part, isn't diving straight into this matchup. First, he's scheduled to face William Skull on May 3, 2025, in a bid to reclaim his undisputed super middleweight crown. Some fans see this as a tune-up fight, a way for Canelo to stay sharp before facing Crawford. Others argue it's a strategic move. If he enters the September showdown with all 4 belts at 168, it elevates the fight's magnitude even further. But make no mistake, Canelo's camp isn't underestimating Crawford. The Mexican superstar reportedly told his team after the airport clash that he won't give Bud an ounce of respect until they're in the ring. To Canelo, Crawford is just another challenger, someone beneath his stature, fuel that's only stoking Crawford's fire. The airport incident wasn't the end of the drama. By the time Canelo and Crawford reached Alalshik's residence, the air was thick with tension. Photos surfaced of the two fighters posing with Alalshik, but their body language spoke volumes. No smiles, no warmth, just two men staring daggers through forced professionalism. Alalshik, ever the businessman, played peacemaker, but it's clear that September's fight won't be a friendly sparring session. Crawford, already motivated by his underdog status, now has a personal vendetta. And Canelo? He's coming in with the confidence of a king who refuses to be dethroned. So how does Crawford bridge the gap? The weight difference is the elephant in the room. At 5'8" with a 74-inch reach, Bud is giving up size to Canelo, who's 5'9" with a 70.5-inch reach, but carries the frame and power of a natural 168-pounder. Critics point to fights like Jermall Charlo's loss to Canelo, where size proved decisive, and warn that Crawford might be in over his head. But Bud's team isn't fazed. Trainer Ronnie Shields, a veteran in the sport, believes it's not about power, it's about IQ, footwork, and control. And who better to learn that from than Mayweather? Floyd's 2013 victory over Canelo remains the blueprint. He didn't overpower Canelo, he outsmarted him. Mayweather used lateral movement, precise counters, and relentless pressure to disrupt Canelo's rhythm, forcing him to reset constantly. Shields sees the same potential in Crawford. Bud has to stay loose, keep moving, and never be a stationary target, Shields explained. Canelo struggles when he can't cut the ring off. Just look at his fight with Dimitri Bivol. In 2022, Bivol frustrated Canelo with slick footwork and angles, exposing a weakness that Crawford could exploit. Crawford's confidence is unshakable. When asked about Mayweather's influence, he acknowledged studying the legend's adjustments and defensive mastery. Floyd's the king of hitting and not getting hit, Bud said. I take chances, but I've got that same belief in myself. He's not just relying on Floyd's playbook, though. He's blending it with his own aggressive style, reminiscent of the pre-Boy Floyd era before hand injuries turned Mayweather into a defensive maestro. If Crawford can marry that ferocity with Floyd's finesse, he might just shock the world. Canelo, meanwhile, isn't sweating the hype. He's faced every style imaginable, power punchers, speedsters, technicians, and emerged victorious in all but 2 fights, one loss to Mayweather, one draw with Gennady Golovkin. He started his career at welterweight, just like Crawford, but has grown into a dominant force at 168. His decision to fight Skull first isn't about fear, it's about timing. Canelo knows an upset could derail everything, and he's not about to let Crawford catch him off guard. I don't run from anybody, Canelo said, referencing legends like Julio Cesar Chavez, but I fight on my terms. The boxing world is split. Some see Crawford's move up as a bold but risky gamble, akin to Apollo Creed's stubbornness in the Rocky series, admirable but potentially fatal. Others believe Bud's versatility and ring IQ make him a live underdog, especially with Mayweather in his ear. Canelo's power is undeniable, but his tendency to slow down in later rounds could open the door for Crawford to outbox him down the stretch. It's a chess match where every move counts, and neither man can afford a misstep. As September 2025 approaches, the stakes couldn't be higher. For Crawford, it's a chance to cement his greatness by toppling a pound-for-pound giant. For Canelo, it's about proving he's untouchable, even against a generational talent like Bud. Mayweather's warning looms large: Crawford must be flawless, or Canelo will make him pay. Will Bud heed the advice and follow Floyd's roadmap, or will he carve his own path to glory? One thing's certain, this isn't just a fight, it's a war that'll echo through boxing history. The countdown is on, and the world will be watching.